Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fleckish channel. Aircraft carriers play an important role in both offensive and defensive strategies for any nation. Air power has always been an extremely vital part of any country's national security. And these massive ships greatly extend the range of fighter and reconnaissance jets where land-based operations are not an option. The United States currently owns 11 of these floating cities, the most of any country in the world. In nearly all cases, they are some of the most versatile and technologically advanced ships in operation. Most aircraft carriers boast a carrying capacity of up to 90 aircraft. Though some of them can be kept up top to save space or ensure readiness, most remain below in the hangar bay. This garage-like structure is situated 2 decks under the flight deck and covers more than 2/3 the length of the ships. Aside from planes themselves, the 3-deck-high hangar holds spare parts, fuel tanks, and a variety of other important equipment. There are also multiple compartments on the sides of the hangar where parts can be stored and worked on without interfering with other activities. Aircraft carrier flight crews need to minimize the chances of even the smallest debris finding its way onto the deck. That's why all training and maintenance work takes place in the hangar. This also helps with aircraft inventory and organization, as planes can be more readily moved fore and aft where there are few people to move around. To the stern of the ship, the hangar also features an engine testing area. This is where crews can make sure engines are working as intended before a plane goes up in the air. During the engine testing process, the entire engine is removed from the plane and set up in a special blast area. Here, cells are inspected and repaired as needed, then put back into the engine so the entire unit can be tested. If everything is in proper working order, individual squadrons are notified of their engine's performance ratings. Amongst the most important component of the hangar bay design is the elevators. Depending on the configuration, U.S. carriers can boast up to 4 of these high-speed aluminum lifts. Thanks to their state-of-the-art hydraulics, they can generally lift 2 100,000-pound fighter jets at once, as well as thousands of pounds of other equipment. They are generally built around the outside of the ship, serving as part of the overall deck when not being lowered and raised. There are multiple other smaller elevators as well. These are designed to carry weapons from the ship's magazine to the flight deck, where they can be loaded onto the aircraft. These elevators are typically located behind the launch area in order to ensure planes can be armed and in the air as fast as possible. The logistics of an aircraft carrier can be very complex to grasp. However, this extends far beyond the military capacities and capabilities of these vessels. For instance, with up to 3,000 personnel aboard the ship at once, feeding the crew 3 square meals a day is an undertaking in its own right. However, it's worth noting that mealtime is no longer only a massive cafeteria affair. There are also multiple galleys making everything from spare ribs to soup to cookies and cakes around the clock. The mammoth vessels are often referred to as floating cities, with thousands of its residents working around the clock to make sure the vessel stays afloat. Most civilians are shocked to learn about all the various facilities on these ships, many of which aren't very different from what they would find on land, including Starbucks.
Benefiting sailors by giving them the hometown feeling, I guess. Starbucks you just don't find on ships, especially warships.
Most carriers feature a general store, a laundry, a dry cleaner, a uniform shop, a barber shop, and a post office. There is also a sick bay offering emergency services, a dental clinic, and in-house labs for checking test results. They do their best to provide anything the crew and officers might need or desire. One of the reasons for all this self-sufficiency is morale. Navies around the world know that both operational missions and regular patrols can be very stressful. This has led to the development of some unique rituals and customs over the years. One of the most notable is what's known as the line crossing ceremony. This takes place whenever new crew members are set to cross the equator for the first time. The rules vary from ship to ship, but are always something of a seaboard ritual managed by the crew leaders, which typically includes costumes, plays, and diverse fun regalia. Another interesting ritual is what's known as a swim call. This is when sailors are ordered to explore uncharted waters by jumping into the ocean for a nice long swim. Officers will often demand that sailors jump from different heights to prove their mettle to their peers, with extra points for cannonballs and dives. In the end, everyone gets a nice break from work and boosts camaraderie amongst the sailors.